So I had another recording all set to go about where does strength come from, but then I kind of realized that that's not what I want to talk about. What I really want to talk about is the law of individual differences. There's this concept that floats around the strength training community of what works for me. It seems like everybody thinks that they're a special little snowflake and that they've got to find whatever magical intervention is going to work best for them. That's not how the law of individual differences works. It's true that we're all different, that everybody responds differently to training, but we're not that different. The fundamental laws of human physiology are pretty much the same for everybody. There are differences, but not huge differences. Still, when people have different effects from training, the question that you should ask yourself is, why is that? It's not some mystical thing that's tied to their social security number and them just being a special individual. It's not like that. There's specific reasons why a person responds a certain way to training. Now, these specific reasons, it could have to do with their leverages, their training history, the way that they produce force during the lift, their force curve. It could have something to do with their lifestyle or any other myriad of factors can play into this. But there is a reason. And so if something worked for you, then there's a reason why. And figuring out why, that's going to help it become repeatable and help the process and the system become repeatable. So in the future, you reduce the error that's in your trial and error. So the next time somebody says, well, this just worked for me, don't let them off the hook that easy. That's not a real answer. Something may have worked for you or may not have worked for you, and you may not know why. And that's all right. There are things that I do and interventions that I try, and I don't know why it worked or didn't work. But that doesn't mean that it's because I'm some special individual and that it just worked or didn't work for me. There's also some times where a particular intervention may work or not work in spite of the other aspects of your training. Let me give you an example. For most people in most circumstances, doing tricep pushdowns doesn't really drive your bench press that much. I just don't think that it does. There's no real reason that I can come up with that it would. Having said that, if you're in a specific circumstance, your elbows are sore and tricep pushdowns help your elbows not be so sore, then it makes sense that could allow you to do other training that drives your bench press. And so in a roundabout way, it has a positive effect. That's a valid individual difference, but it's not just that one person responds magically and then another person doesn't. There are reasons why people respond. And we may not have it all figured out. We may not be able to identify all the reasons why, but we work on it. We look for it. We try to figure it out. Because identifying a reason why and then critical analysis of that reason, that's the best way to learn from your own training and to learn from other people's training as well. Training should be individualized. It needs to be tailored to fit your goals. It needs to be tailored to fit your leverages, your training history, force curve, lifestyle, all that stuff that we talked about, and whatever other individual issues that you have that are prevalent. You can't just accept the logic of, well, you got to find what works for you. It's true that a person's training should be individualized, but this isn't a blind treasure hunt. You can use your brain and you can figure out what's likely to work and what maybe isn't. It's also true that there's a lot of complexity in the human body, and just because something makes logical sense doesn't guarantee that it will work in real life. But it's a lot better avenue, it's a lot better approach than just the blind treasure hunt path. So hopefully that helps you guys, and hopefully somebody wants to chat about it a little bit more. So I'm going to put a link in the description box that'll take you over to the Reactive Training Systems forum, and we can chat about this stuff more over there. Thanks for watching.